viewers, you welcome to another news hour on Jamano Media and Products. We first begin with our headlines. Bakau launches Islamic Development Foundation. Courtroom TV thief gets 1 year mandatory jail term. Staff of Attorney General Chambers testifies in Gambia petroleum trial. Those were the headlines. We now have the news in detail. The Bakau Islamic Development Foundation, established in March last year to provide religious and social assistance services and fostering community advancement. Efforts will be officially launched today. The launching is expected to be attended by a host of guests and will be followed by an Islamic conference with renowned cleric Hama Jaite to deliver on the topic Islam's perspective on family life. According to head of the foundation, Badnuha Toure, the initiative was conceptualized to support community imams in Bakau in consideration of the important roles they play in society, and other vulnerable members of the society are heavily involved in community responsibilities. They attended funerals, naming ceremonies, marriage ceremonies, community mediation and reconciliation, and all other important community works, but they don't get paid or receive salaries, and they are also breadwinners and family heads. This is why they thought of establishing this foundation to see how they could gather funds and provide a bit of allowances for imams. Besides, many mosques within the town are in need of minor repairs, and they will also endeavor to attend to those repairs. They would also want to look out for sponsorship for less privileged members of the community involving widows to see how they could provide support in education, skills, and livelihood, Toure explained. According to President Toure, the foundation will also undertake means to foster and promote peaceful coexistence and understanding within the residents of the community, sensitize and offer guidance to community members on issues revolving around Islam and Sharia. Suleiman Jallo, the man who was charged with stealing on TV set from Kanifing Principal Magistrates Court, has been sentenced to 1 year mandatory jail term on the second count and a fine of $10,000 in default to serve 2 years on the first count. He had pleaded guilty to both counts. Delivering his judgment, Magistrate Ibrahim Koli said of all places in the Kanifing municipality, Mr. Jallo chose to break and enter the court premises and stole a flat screen TV valuated at $45,000. He pointed out that Suleiman Jallo frequently comes around the court premises and pretends to drink attire with the shopkeeper, Abdullah Jallo, whose shop is at the entrance of the court. He therefore took advantage of the relationship to mastermind the act of stealing the flat TV screen, the magistrate said. After being docked and charged, the accused person did not show any remorse. Rather, he was trying to concoct a behavior to make the court believe that he is mentally ill. The magistrate went on, adding that for this type of case, the court should not only do justice, but send a clear message that the court premises is not where to commit such heinous crimes. It is the duty of this court not only to protect its personnel, but all things under it generally. What the accused person did was planned, remediated, he said. The IGP was represented by ASP F.A. Sanyang and Captain 4370 Jallo. Staff of the Office of the Magistrat at the Attorney General's Chambers, one Mr. Jallo on Thursday, testified in Gambia petroleum trial involving Sekou Drame, the General Manager, and Lamin Gazama, the Operations Manager, at the third prosecution witness. The duo are standing trial on several charges, including economic crime. Given his testimony, the witness said, The Registrar's Office at the Attorney General's Chambers is responsible for registration of all types of businesses in the Gambia, including companies doing businesses, partnerships, and related organizations like charities and the likes. Mr. Jallo further articulated that in the process of registering, the registrar follows guidance from acts such as the Company Act and Business Registration Act 2013 and related legal instruments. The witness told the court that in the process, the entity also being registered must produce tax clearance certificate from Gambia Revenue Authority, present photocopies of passports or national identity cards of shareholders, and fulfill a set of other requirements. If the registrar is satisfied, it will require insurance of certificate of registration, and in the case of a company, they are certificate of business and certificate of incorporation, the business said. The registrar, the witness added, also has the mandate to ensure compliance, adding that there is a requirement for entities to be filing annual returns each 12 months. The witness affirmed that GAM Petroleum has been filing annual returns. He was shown a document by counsel representing the state, El Jaju, which he confirmed as a document of annual returns by GAM Petroleum, adding that from the contents of the document, it is for the year 2021. The document was exhibited and tendered by the State Council as evidence. Those were the stories for our today's newscast. But before we take a leave of you, let's take a recap on our top stories. Bakau launches Islamic Development Foundation. Courtroom TV thief gets 1 year mandatory jail term. Staff of Attorney General Chambers testifies in GAM Petroleum trial. Those were the stories for our today's newscast. Thank you for joining us with your presenter, Maria Magillen. Do have a nice day.